Be good. There we go. Now we're live on the right stream. Let me cut that up, delete that other one real quick so people don't watch. What's up, everybody? Long time no see. For those of you that were here for the day game, we got off to a good start. I had a full unit on Cardinals money line. Can't argue with that. Let's see. No, doesn't look like the other stream even. We must have cut it out real quick. So, System Plays is back. Missed on that first one, but you know what? You warned us. You said the first period went over, but then you said you didn't want to take the full game over because you thought the Capitals were going to come out more aggressive and actually would push it over the total. It did. So that actually turned out to be like a sharp call, even though we didn't bet it or anything. That turned out to be a sharp call. Tampa Bay Lightning plus 150 goes to overtime and lost. Sucks. But then after that, over. Avalanche team total over. Predators team total over. And a lot of people in the chat had Predators money line at plus money. So overall, solid NHL night.
Yeah, we also got the first period over in the Panthers game too. Unfortunately, the Panthers got both of them. But yeah, I mean, Tampa definitely could have won that game. Like the Panthers goalie Bobrovsky made literally the save of the year to absolutely rob the Lightning. But yeah, starting the first game, I took the Bruins in this one. So
what's
Toronto,
the series?
They took
It's
game
2-0.
two.
Oh, Toronto took game 2.
It's 1-1, yeah. Yeah, so Toronto took game 2, but these teams are really good with adjusting after a loss, and I think the Bruins make their adjustments just like how the Leafs made their adjustments after game 1, so they were able to take game 2. I think William Nylander, he's still going to be out not tonight for Toronto. That's what it's looking like. I mean, there's still a chance he plays, but he missed the morning skate. I'd lean to him being out. So, I mean, the line here is basically a pick, and that kind of tells the story here. Like, Toronto doesn't have this crazy home ice advantage like Boston or Winnipeg, Carolina has. It's just like, I don't know. It's weird. I think it has to do with just how expensive the tickets are. So it's not really like, like the regular, like
the run-of-the-mill
like
diehard fan. Right.
Yeah, like it's all like, I mean, it's Toronto. It's probably the most expensive tickets in all of hockey. I'd compare it to like, I don't know, like what's a basketball team?
Well,
that would have, really
honestly, people say it about the Knicks that a lot of people at the games are tourists visiting New York City, and it's so expensive. They sell out anyway, so they have no reason to lower the price. Now, right now in the playoffs, obviously, the Knicks fans are out, but as a whole, the Knicks are known for not having – I meant over the last decade, they're known for not having the best home court advantage, even though right now we do. So maybe they come out for this one.
That's how it is with Toronto. Yeah. So I mean, obviously in the playoffs, like it gets better, but it's not going to be like deafening loud noise like in Boston or Winnipeg. But it's definitely like better in the playoffs, and especially if the Bruins go out and score the first goal, like the crowd is going to be silenced. Like it's not that kind of home ice advantage. So the Bruins, they're going back to Swayman, Jeremy Swayman in game 3. He played in game 1. He got the win. He looked excellent in game 1. He played every game against the Leafs this season, and he won all 3 of them. So yeah, I'm taking Boston here, and also a prop. I'm going to sprinkle on Danton Heinen plus 370 to score a goal. That moved him up to the top line with Zacha. So I think there's value on him to score here.
What's his name? How do I spell his name?
Danton Heinen, Danton.
H.
Heinen, Heinen.
To score a goal.
That's just a small sprinkle for me. Plus 370.
We have a high hit rate when someone says that on the show, when a guest comes on and says, hey, guys, just taking a home run swing. It actually comes through more often than not. So he likes Heinen to score a goal if you're trying to get a little riskier. And also, I wanted to bring up this comment right here. This guy literally has the Maple Leafs logo as his picture. So I would imagine this is coming from a diehard fan. He left 2 comments here. He says, Leafs has the biggest fan base, but the billionaires buy all the tickets. And he said, but the arena will be amped tonight. Haters will cry. That sounds like a diehard. I don't doubt that.
Yeah, I mean, he knows the truth. Like the rich people have all the tickets. It's not like a super like loud, like insane home ice advantage. But in the playoffs, like, yeah, it'll be a little bit different, but it's still not like to the home ice advantage that Boston has. Like you saw, Boston was close to minus 150 favorites in game 2. And then you see here, like, they're a pick 'em. So
someone said if you like a Heinen goal, whatever, however you say it, parlay a lineman assist with it. A line mate assist with it. I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably also a good idea. Pablo Zaka might be a good look for that.
Okay.
But yeah, Heinen, he could also get an assist. But I'm just going to take the goal up at plus 370. I think he can find the back of the net.
Plus 370, got it. So on to get. Oh, by the way, the poll in that one, 50%, 31%. So most people taking the Bruins, but there is people out there that believe in Toronto to get Game 3 here. Next up, Vegas, Dallas, and I don't think we've talked about this series yet. I think the first time, the one game was the Sunday where we didn't have time. I didn't have time to do hockey, or the Monday. So I don't think we've even talked about this series yet. So what's going on in this series? Like, who's winning? This is Game 3, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so Vegas is up 1-0. They took the first game. I actually took Dallas in that game. It was they won 4-3. I can't say that Dallas couldn't have won that game like that. I think they really outplayed Vegas in that game. But the thing Dallas does, they've always been starting off cold. Like, they gave up the first goal to Vegas, and in this game they really can't do that. This is a must-win game for the Stars. I took Stars money line here, and I also put a little bit on Stars first period minus 0.5. The Stars first period puck line at plus 160. So yeah, this is a must-win game for the Stars. You can't go down two to Vegas at home. Like, I'm not gonna say it's impossible for them to win the series after going down 2-0, but it's definitely gonna be a lot harder. I think Dallas definitely played better than Vegas in game 1. They had double the shots on goal, 30 shots to 15. They just couldn't get really the timely saves from Jake Ottinger, but I expect him to bounce back in this game. The expected goals in game 1, 3.45 for Dallas, 3.17 for Vegas. So even though they lost, they were expected to score more. And 5v5, it was 2.45 to 1.38. So that's even more of an advantage there. If they're going to win this, which I think they will, they're going to need to start strong and not be playing from behind. So that's why I'm taking Dallas first period puck line at plus 160.
Okay, so that makes sense. You said this team over the course of the season have been slow starters. Game 1 at home when they're favored, they give up the first goal and lose, make it a point to come out and start strong. Makes perfect sense to me. So they're minus 162 favorite, or minus 160 depending on your sports book. So definitely laying some juice here, but I get it. I mean, didn't Vegas barely limp into the 8 seed too? Aren't they? They barely made the playoffs, right?
Yeah, but that's because they were dealing with injuries also. I mean, this is really controversial how they had their captain. He's been out for most of the season, and all of a sudden he's good to go in game 1, Mark Stone. So like, I feel like they kind of played the system. So
one of those. Yeah. They are in Vegas.
Yeah.
Right. That happens. That's why you don't trust those UNLV lines either. So our community agrees with you that the Stars would be the move here. 52%, 31%. So people like Dallas in this one, and same. I think they even up the series.
Yeah. I also I have Stars to win the series at minus 130. I wouldn't mind jumping in on whatever the price is now, like plus 130. I still think that they win this series. I still think they're a much better team than Vegas this year. So
let me see if I could find that really quick on FanDuel's. All right, so NHL playoff series, Stars to win plus 136 right now. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm writing this down.
Yeah.
Stars to win the series live at plus 136. You got to think if they win tonight at home, which they probably will, all of a sudden it's minus 125 again.
Yeah, probably. I mean, Vegas hasn't been like this amazing home team like they've been in the past, so I think they could definitely steal one or maybe both in Vegas, honestly.
Cool. I might take you up on that. Kings Oilers up next. Looks like the Edmonton's heavily favored here.
Yeah, I mean,
what's going on in this series? Because I don't even know.
Yeah, so the Oilers are up 1-0. that was a pretty dominant performance from the Oilers in Game 1. They scored 7. They won 7-4 in Game 1. Yeah, I mean, they did most of their damage on the power play. They had 5 power play opportunities, and they score on all 4 of them. So, yeah, Edmonton, they looked faster. They just looked better out there than the Kings. But my play for this one, I have the Kings team total over 2.5. They were able to score 4 in the first game, so it's not like, yeah, they went out there and got blanked. Like, I don't really trust the Kings to win the game, but I think they respond and score 3 or more. And yeah, Ian was talking about this on his show today, so it's been a pretty good angle to bet the teams to hit their team total in Game 2 after they lost Game 1, and that's hit in most of the games so far. We saw with the Predators last night, the Leafs in Game 2. Who else? But yeah, I think the only one that didn't hit was the Lightning in Game 2.
Capitals too, right?
That very easily. Yeah, the Capitals, they hit their team total over also. But yeah, so I'm on the Kings team total over 2.5. I think this is just a team. I mean, they have playoff experience. They have pride. I think they put a big effort in, even if they don't get the win. So I like them to score 3 here.
It kind of.
And one more prop I'm taking. Sorry.
No. I was just gonna say it kind of goes exactly with what you said about the Capitals-Rangers game yesterday. Said this team's down 1-0. They don't want to go down 2-0. They're going to come out and take more risk. And if the team that lost Game 1 is 3-1 to their team total over in Game 2, it seems like we're seeing that a lot. A team loses Game 1, take their team total over in Game 2 because they're going to take more risks to score goals. Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit different because they didn't lose because they didn't score enough. They just lost because they gave up too many power play opportunities, and they gave up 7 goals. So
yeah.
And then just one prop that I'm taking a shot on. This is a big shot here. Quinton Byfield to score a goal plus 480. I'm kind of shocked that this number is this high. Like, he scored and got an assist in the last game of the season, and he was pretty active in Game 1. He was getting around the ice. So plus 480. I'm gonna take that.
Byfield, did I spell that right? B-Y Field? Byfield?
That's right.
All right, Byfield to score a goal plus 480. Kings team total over 2.5. Got it. All right, there's only 3 NHL games tonight. Make sure you guys give System Plays a follow on Twitter. He's tagged in my tweet. There's his Twitter name right there, but it's tagged in my tweet. So if you follow me, just go click on it. We appreciate him taking the time to come on. By the way, our poll was all over Edmonton. 56%, 21% on the Oilers there. So, all right, System Plays, thanks for stopping by. I think this game, same schedule tomorrow. I'll let you know.
Yep. All right.
Talk to you later.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, we still got 2 minutes before NBA. Switch it over. We got Ski, Chris. We got everyone coming on. Let me make sure I sent them the link correctly. Yep. All right, cool. I didn't send it to Ski. Whoops. Let me send it to Ski now. I sent it to Chris. And did I send it to... Wow, I didn't send it to YouCapper either. Sorry, guys, if you're watching. My bad. I'm sending it to you now. All right, time for some NBA. And I'll work on the... there's got to be a way to make the transition with bringing in new guys onto the screen. There's got to be a way to make that smoother. This is new to me, doing the multi-sports and rotating the guests on and off. So I'll look into that, to making it a little smoother. This part of it is kind of new to me. So, and I use OPS, which is a more advanced streaming software, and I'm a novice at it. So I'm just kind of learning as I go along. Add your records to the layout. Yeah, we could put them on there somewhere. I mean, the thing is, not everyone has their records at different places. Mine is everyone has theirs posted in different spots. Mine's on the results page of the website. I'm sure that you can find these guys somewhere. And also, a lot of times on the show, we're going through every game, so a pick that somebody gives out might just be, hey, for the show, this is what I would bet, but I'm not really. It's like a lean. So it's hard to track that kind of thing. Gentlemen.
What up, Kyle?
Not much, man. Had a winning NBA night and a winning MLB night. So coffee tasted delicious this morning.
What up, RC? What up, Ski?
Everyone's here.
What up?
So only 2 games. Before we get started, do you guys want to take this time to apologize to the Knicks or apologize for laughing at my bracket? Anything of that sort?
I want to apologize to the Timberwolves. Yeah, they ain't got there yet, Kyle. I want to apologize to the Timberwolves because I slandered the Timberwolves, and Suns don't look like it right now.
No.
We got game 3. Suns got game 3.
I have a Knicks ticket, 2 Knicks tickets in my pocket, so
there you go.
I'm happy.
Wait, what are these tickets? Game 3 or series?
Well, I bet on them game 1. I skipped the last game. I bet on them for the series, and I bet on them to win the East.
Great bets. Honestly, excellent. Just this experience right there. Those are good. That's great betting. Something I noticed about the Knicks Sixers series, and I know that they don't play tonight, but real quick, because I just was looking at it this morning. So game 1 and 2 went exactly the same in a sense that Joel Embiid played all 12 minutes in the first quarter. The Sixers dominated the first quarter. Then Embiid came off the floor, and the Knicks bench dominated the Sixers bench and went into halftime with the lead. So regardless of how you feel about Sixers minus 4.5, Knicks plus 4.5, how do you not bet Sixers first quarter, Knicks second quarter before? Like, how do you not just bet that? I don't know if I've ever seen it where games 1 and 2 of a series went exactly the same. The Sixers finished the first quarter up like 10 points. Then the Knicks won the second quarter by goddamn 20 points to take the lead and go into halftime. So with the first and second quarter looking exactly identical in those 2 games, regardless of how you feel, I think I might just blindly take Sixers first quarter, Knicks second quarter, and then put that as a side bet before I even, because if Embiid's going to play all 12 minutes, the Sixers seem like the better team with Embiid on the floor. I'm rambling about a game we're not even talking about. My bad. So anyway, we might Heat versus Celtics. I was just looking at that game like an hour ago. That's why it's fresh on my mind here.
We know you're excited for the Knicks games. It's okay.
I am. I'm amped. It's a great time to be a Knicks fan. We made it. We're here. All right. So why don't we talk about the first game on the board, which is Heat plus 14.5, Celtics minus 14.5, over 203.5. I think that total dropped too, because I thought I remember last night it being 204.5. If I'm not, I might be mistaken on that.
Well, it's up right now. It did drop down earlier, but now it's back up to 205.5 or 206.
Oh, all right. You know what? In that case, I'll start the poll over. Wow.
It was at 202.5 this morning when I did my show.
Yeah, exactly.
So it got bought up a little bit. Heat plus 14.5. Celtics minus 14.5. Over 205.5. Under 205.5. And I mean, my thoughts on this game, it really comes down to if you believe in what I tweeted out a few days ago. I don't know if you guys saw it about the Heat defense against the 3-point shot. If you think that was a bad game and you think the Heat can limit the Celtics outside shooting, then take the Heat to cover. Maybe it was just a bad spot. Celtics had the rest advantage. They had just lost Jimmy Butler, hadn't had time to adjust, blah, blah, blah. Personally, I can't do it. I haven't bet this game, and I think there's a good chance I don't bet it. But the only way I would go here is Boston. I said on the video I uploaded last night, I said Boston minus 14.5 or maybe Boston first half. And someone commented, I guess Ski and Chris finally bullied you into betting first half or something. I was laughing.
It's crazy, Cal, because we talked about it the other day, and I told you that first half was minus 8.5. And, if you wanted Boston, they got a way of stumping teams early and then, letting their foot up off the gas in the third quarter. But it wasn't the third quarter, it was the fourth quarter. But I'll let Ski go. I just wanted to say that real quick as it relates to the first half. I didn't bet it either.
So, Ski, that tweet I was talking about, to give you something to start with here, the Miami Heat had held their opponents to under 36% from 3 in 14 straight games. And then the Celtics went out and shot 45%. So is that just, hey, the Heat were caught off guard and come back and they'll limit the Celtics' three-point shooting? Or is that the Celtics are an exception to the rule and they could shoot 45% on anybody?
The Celtics are an exception to the rule. The Heat are undermanned. And, I mean, you kind of mentioned it a little bit there. The Heat have been playing. I mean, they had to play 2 playing games to even get here. The Celtics have been taking it easy for quite a while now, and they got to come out extremely fresh in that game 1. I don't think that changes here in game 2. They still are the more rested team. They're still the far more healthy and superior, better team. And the coach, he said he's going to continue to play the starters big minutes because he wants them to get ready to play big minutes the rest of the playoffs. It doesn't matter if they're up or not. So I think the Celtics are the right side. I would split it in half, first half and full game, and that's what I did.
So you would take both the Celtics first half and full game. Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, we feel the same way then. As much as I would love to sit here and tell you that let's take the Heat with the points, Spoelstra, I don't see it. So Celtics first half and full game. Let's see what Mr. YouCapper has to say for us. Oh shit! Yeah. I have you under Chris. Hold on, let me switch that up.
Yeah, I think I mean, you guys brought up some good points. The rest advantage, especially going into that game. No Jimmy, no Rozier. I think if I look back at game 1, though, I don't think the Heat really struggled in that game as far as the offense goes. I think they did a decent job against a really good defensive team. The problem is they allowed the Celtics to shoot 22 out of 49 from 3. They also didn't get to the free throw line a lot either, so they're going to need Tyler Herro to really step up in that aspect, maybe attack the rim more. But then again, the problem is the Celtics have something to stop that too, right? They're going to always have their best perimeter defender on them at all times. From a trend perspective, I looked at Heat games with a total less than 210. Obviously, this opened up at 202, or not open, but when I was capping this game, then the total was at 202.5. It's moved up a little bit, but the games where the totals were 210 or less, the Heat are 7-2 ATS. Opponents are 8-1 to their team total under. And then if they're not on the second leg of back-to-back games, they've actually covered every instance in that aspect. So a total less than 210, not on a back-to-back, 7-0 ATS. 7-0 to their opponent's team total under as well, so their defense tends to show up. That kind of goes with what I was thinking as far as the 3-point regression on the Boston side. But I don't think I feel comfortable, taking the 14 with Miami because I don't know if they're going to be able to do their thing offensively. But I think there's a case to be made where the Celtics don't hit their team total and they can still cover the game. But then if Heat somehow get and cover that game, the Celtics would probably be able to do it with defense, right? So that would limit their offense, Celtics offense. So I didn't take this game. I didn't bet it. I don't plan on betting it. But the only way that I could look is the Celtics team total under.
And what's that at?
Last time I looked, it was 109. But because the total went up, I'm thinking the team total went up too. Maybe it's at.
So I'll put it at 110 for
110.5. Yeah, it's 110.5.
110.5. Okay. There you go. So Celtics team total under 110.5, and I could get with that, or maybe just take the Heat team total under. Yeah, it's got to be at 96 or whatever, but there's a reason for that. And another thing I didn't mention, Chris, is I didn't talk about if maybe the Heat lost by 20 and Bam Adebayo played poorly, or Jaime Jaquez played poorly, had a off shooting night, then maybe I could get there. But the thing is, they both kind of played pretty well. They shot pretty efficiently from the floor. It's not like they had terrible games. So I'm also looking at the box score from game 1, and I'm just not seeing a ton of regression other than maybe the Celtics don't hit threes at the same rate, maybe. But other than that, I mean, you could look at Tyler Herro. Maybe he has a better game. But you also had DeLon Wright on the Heat that went 5 of 5 from 3. You think that's going to happen again? Dude went 6 of 7 from the floor, 5 of 5 from 3. You know that's not going to happen again. So I don't even know, that the Heat offense played poorly, but that might have been the Heat offense best fastball right now, because I don't know how much higher the ceiling is for the Heat offense right now.
Yeah, I think you made a good point about DeLon Wright, Cal. He had 17 points, hit all 5 of his threes, and shot 6 or 7 from the field. But and I think Duncan Robinson is still I don't think he's 100%, but Highsmith can give you something. He finished with a donut. Kevin Love only had 7 points. I think those guys can play better. And Caleb. Yeah, he can go for a double-double in one of these 4
72
games.
years old, bro.
Yeah, trust me, I know, but he I think he might have something left in the tank, just something left in the tank. And Caleb Martin as well. I think Caleb Martin, he only had 4 points and shot 2 for 6 from the field. So I think there is some slight regression for Miami offensively. But these big point spreads. I think one thing I looked at that I wanted to mention, because I didn't play this game either, but I just want to share some information. I looked at like Spoelstra-led Miami Heat teams off a loss in the playoffs. And I know that, they're shorthanded, no Jimmy Butler, no Terry Rozier. Miami should struggle to score. But what RC was saying about the regression coming, Boston they hit 22 threes. That's a playoff record. I think we absolutely see some regression there because, as you mentioned, Kyle, like this three-point defense has been pretty good. So to Ski's point, which I agree with, Boston's offense is elite. And if supposed to come out there running some of that weak zone, those threes will get to flying again, and they will be able to score. But I don't think it's going to be 22 of them. So for that reason, I kind of feel like that he can keep this game close. I know that they were at the major rest disadvantage, 6 days to 1 in that last game. Like I said, I didn't bet it, but that's the way I would
take
look.
Miami. You want to take Miami?
I do want to take Miami. That would be the only way I would play it. Just because I do feel like, they're dogs. They're going to keep fighting. And if Boston win this game by 12, they'll be fine. Like 15 is just a lot of points to lay. And I get it. It's Boston, but if I'm taking it with anybody, it'll be a Spoelstra-led team that's not going to give up.
Guys, take this moment. This show is also brought to you by the fight against mental illness, and here's just Exhibit A right here from S. He said Kevin Love is killing it. Top 10 coming off the bench. Look, mental illness is not something to laugh at, and I'm concerned for my guy out there. Kevin Love, top 10 off the bench. Holy shit. Are you playing NBA 2K11? Bro, get out of here. Kevin Love, top 10 off the bench is insane. Oh, man. I'm worried about that style. Honestly, somebody reach out. All right.
Hey, Kyle, real quick. I want to talk about a player prop in this game because I feel like, if you're just looking for a smaller player. I don't play player props big, but looking at Tatum, his rebounds and assists, the line is 14.5. And he's coming off that first career playoff triple-double in Game 1. And I think, this is something that's been cashing since last season. Last season, when they played in the playoffs, they went 7 games. He cashed 5 out of the 7 with the line at 14.5. So it's 14.5 rebounds and assists. He's had at least 10 rebounds in 8 straight games against them. And if you know anything about Spoelstra defense, he's going to force the ball out of Tatum's hand and make him, a playmaker. So I think the assist opportunities will be there as well. I think he's cashed it in 3 of the 4 games so far this season. What's the line? It's 14.5 rebounds and assists together. 14.5. If it was 4.5,
that's what I thought. I was like, I had to hurt him incorrectly.
14.5 is the number that I like here for Tatum to go over his rebounds and assists here.
Okay, Tatum over 14.5 rebounds and assists. And that's another guy we didn't really mention. He went 1 of 8 from outside. We also know that Tatum disappearing in a playoff series isn't crazy of an idea.
Especially against Spoelstra.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next game, a much better game. Let me clear the picks off here.
Hey, we can't slander Tatum, man. Tatum was just getting his teammates involved. He wasn't worried about scoring too much.
And that's my point, Ski. Like that's the point. I think is that Tatum won't. He doesn't care about scoring. Like he just want to win. Like that's why he wasn't in the MVP. Like he wasn't going out there gunning for MVP because he just wants to win. So that prop, rebounds and assists is more so a play on him being patient within the offense and just going out there getting his rebounds.
S. says, you're going to learn, Kyle. You're going to learn today. This man is just eager to die on the Kevin Love hill. That's the hill he wants to die on, Kevin Love. That's the battle you want to go toe-to-toe with me in a Kevin Love battle?
Hey, can I mention this before we move to the next game?
Is it Kevin Love related?
I just looked this up. Hold on. I just want to make sure I get this right because it's pretty interesting. All right, so since in the playoffs, 2017 till now, in the first round, I looked at teams that are favored by double digits in back-to-back games. They're 13-3 ATS. So these teams that are double-digit in back-to-back games, they tend to cover.
You hear that?
That's in the second game, Marcy?
Not necessarily. I just put round 1. Put round 1.
13-3. That's a high hit rate. I don't have a calculator open. That's
levels to this shit, man. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. So based on the series game, series game number 2, which is today's game, it's 4-3 ATS. So every instance that they didn't cover happened in game 2.
Still 4-3. That's above
Still
50.
4-3. Yeah.
Still above 500. So I brought up graphics for the next game. Pelicans, Oklahoma City. I had OKC minus the points in game 1. Didn't work out. And you know what? I kind of have the same sort of feeling in this game that I have about the Heat offense. What I said about the Heat offense, I kind of feel the same way about the Pelicans offense in a sense. I have 2 bets here, and I'll put them both up on the screen. I don't know how much better it gets for the Pelicans offense. And I know you're thinking, well, Kyle, Brandon Ingram was terrible shooting the ball, which is 100% true. He was. But the Pelicans team as a whole, I don't know how well this offense works without Zion. This is a team that was shooting the outside shot really well to close out the season. Since the postseason has started, playing games in game 1, there's been no outside shooting. And this is an Oklahoma City defense that is peaking at the right time. If you look at Oklahoma City's last 7-8 games, I mean, this is looking like an official defense that needs to be respected. If you look at the point totals against Oklahoma City recently, I mean, they are holding opponents to low totals. And so you may be looking at the Pelicans shooting and thinking like, oh, they're bound to bounce back and shoot better in game 2. I don't think so. I think the Pelicans offense is going to struggle in this series start to finish. I think Oklahoma City's defense made a statement in game 1. And if you want to talk about regression, I think we can look at the Oklahoma City offense, which admittedly is very young and inexperienced as far as playoff runs go, but I think they'll be a little bit better. And to protect myself, I took Oklahoma City minus 7.5 and paired it. When I say paired it, I don't mean parlayed. I meant I split my money in half and put 2 half-unit bets instead of a full one, and I did Pelicans team total under 101.5. So I think Oklahoma City wins and covers, but I also like the under and the Pelicans offense to struggle specifically. So that's how I bet it. Oklahoma City minus 7.5 is half my bet. The other half, Pelicans team total under. YouCapper, you agree with that?
Yeah, I'm pretty much aligned on both. But I didn't take the Pelicans team total under, but I did take the Thunder minus 7.5. I also took the full game under 211.5 as well. I saw the 212s pop up, but they're coming back down again. For me, obviously, so I took the under in game 1. That one hit, obviously. I wanted to take it again because I don't think there's going to be that much of a difference with how these two teams match up. If you look at the regular season, including the playoff game, they're now 3-1 to the under as far as matchup wise. And then I looked at the Pelicans without Zion. They struggle offensively. They're better defensively, and they play a slower pace. Everything really pointing towards the under with how the Pelicans play without Zion. And then obviously the one thing that the Pelicans had an advantage of throughout the series this season, even including regular season, was offensive boards. But there was a significant gap in game 1 that I think this might balance out a little bit. And then also I think that the Thunder offensively are just a little bit better than the Pelicans overall from every level. There's a lot of things that really pointed me towards the Thunder. I took mainly because of pace of play and the Thunder's defense is the reason why I took the under as well. But then from a trend perspective, so I looked at this one since the 2018 playoffs. I looked at round 1 specifically, and then I looked at home favorites with at least 2 days of rest coming off a game where they were a home favorite. Those teams are 26-10 against the spread, 22-14 to the under, and then opponents' team total under. This goes with your play, 24-12 to their team total under. So trends, stats, everything really aligned towards the same place. So that's why I took the Thunder. The Thunder, and then the full game under.
I like that. That's exactly in line with what I'm thinking. I think there's the potential. Hold on, let me fix my camera. I think there's a potential for Oklahoma City offensively to show up. Remember, the Pelicans to close out the season were really struggling to defend the 3-point shot. And then in that Kings game where they won, the Kings had the looks. They just couldn't make shit. I mean, they just couldn't make them. The looks were there. And this, not that Oklahoma City's like the best outside shooting team, but they can hit some shots. So I think there is a little bit of regression coming for Oklahoma City's offense, which is why I stuck with the Pelicans team total under instead of the full game total. But I'm aligned with you. Chris, what do you think about our thoughts?
Man, I think I'm on the opposite side again, but I didn't bet it. I look at OKC, like, because I look into some of those trends that RC mentioned as well. But when I was watching the game, and I was on OKC. I remember I told you guys I liked the first half and full game. I played both the other day and took 2 L's. And it was the Pelicans defense, which I don't know. I just think that they match up really well with OKC defensively. Like you got, defenders to throw at SGA, you got Herb Jones, you got Najee Marshall off the bench, you got Trey Murphy, like they Jose Alvarado, like kind of being a pest. And I can see OKC struggling to score the ball again. So I know they only shot 43.5% from the field and only 31% from the 3-point line. But I credit that to the Pelicans defense that's been really, really strong since they're 11-3 straight up. And I talked about this the other day when I faded them. 11-3 straight up, 9-4-1 against the spread since the All-Star break. On this season, when they've been getting 7 points or more on the road, they are 0-3, but they're 2-1 against the spread. They covered against Boston and they covered against OKC. And the Thunder, just 1-5 against the spread this season when they're playing a game with the total that has a low total, like 220 or less. They're only 1-5 against the spread. So this is a game that I kind of feel like it's a tad bit too many points. I thought, Pelicans had a chance to win that game the other day. I do think that, to your point, Kyle, you made some points about like the Pelicans offense not really being that great. And I agree. You and RC both said that. I agree with you guys there. I just think that the OKC offense is going to struggle as well. Like I think Josh Giddey having 2 points wasn't a fluke because the Pelicans are going to come in there and play defense if they don't do anything else. So major offensive rebounding advantage. I think that stays true with Valanciunas down there having 9 offensive rebounds. They out-rebounded them on the offensive glass 18-8. So I didn't play it, but it'd be Pelicans plus the 7.5, thinking that OKC wins the game, but it'll be within 2 possessions.
You're on the other side. Ski, are you going to leave Chris on an island or what?
I will be on Oklahoma City.
There you go.
And
good pick.
I feel like the lights were too bright first game. It takes guys a little bit, some guys a little bit to get used to playing in the playoffs. We've seen it with a few of these teams already who are young teams, and OKC is maybe the youngest team of them all. So I think they'll play a lot better here in game 2. And they're a team that does all the things that I say to win by margin, shoot the 3 well, defend the 3 well. So I'm not really worried about the point spread. Pelicans, they're another team that's just like Miami. They played 2 extra games in that play-in, whereas OKC was extremely rested, and they still have the rest advantage tonight. So I'll avoid the first half just because we know how good Pelicans have been for 24 minutes. Mm-hmm. But the back end of the game, I think OKC pulls away and covers this number.
Do you guys want to, because that was obviously the second game, would you guys change any of your brackets at this point? Or are you sticking to your guns? I'm just talking specifically about your Sixers picks over the Knicks in round 1. Seriously, if you bet not even joking, like, do you think that the Sixers still win that series?
I'm letting mine ride.
I had the Heat playing the Knicks, so
that's
my
me
bracket
too.
is.
Me too. I had the Knicks beating the Heat, so mine's different as well.
Yeah.
But I think they both had the Sixers beating the Knicks, and I was wondering if you would take that back. But Chris is sticking with it.
I'm sticking with mine. Yeah, let's go Philly.
That wasn't.
They automatically lose tomorrow just because the NBA came out and said Maxey got raped twice, not physical rape, but
I think I'm on the Sixers tomorrow.
Jersey being pulled, yeah. He said he got to be stronger with the ball, but the refs going y'all getting smoked tomorrow, Kyle.
Yeah, Sixers first quarter and Sixers full gate tomorrow. I agree, but also Maxey pushed off before he got fouled, but he also pushed off before, like he committed a foul right before being fouled. Like on those plays, you could slow it down and find 16 fouls on every one of them.
You think the Sixers get the calls in this game then? Because they feel like they're owed?
No, I don't think so. All right,
I think so.
I think so too.
I don't think they won't make it noticeable.
They're gonna make it noticeable.
I think that kind of thing gets talked about more than it actually. Like there's going to be close calls that some people think it's a foul, some people don't, and of course there's going to be narratives built off that. Like, oh, this team's getting the call. When in reality, like sometimes you get the calls and sometimes you don't. And not everything has like a underlying deep story behind it. I don't know.
Home cooking, though, Cal.
We've heard from referees that leagues assign how they want them to ref the game. So if they're being told to ref it a certain way,
well, I believe that makeup calls exist, where if there's a questionable call against a team that like someone's in their ear, like, yo, make sure you get one back, because you can definitely see them if you wait. They don't always happen immediately, but within the next 3 or 4 minutes of the game, you'll see a call where you're like, oh, there it is. There's your makeup call. In football, there'll be a bad pass interference call that's like terrible and the crowd's booing. 2 plays later, there's a holding that makes it 2nd and 20. They happen. They're not always easy to spot, but they exist.
What's the odds on Josh Hart picking up 3 fouls in the first quarter and sitting on the bench and going under his rebound prop tomorrow?
I would say Hartenstein.
Hartenstein. It might be 2 of them. They're just gonna be sitting over there. Thibodeau probably still gonna play him anyway, but they're gonna have 3 fouls in the first quarter.
The Mets just hit a 2-run home run. Let's go. All right, it's time for baseball, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Ski, you said you can come Friday?
Yep, Friday's good with me. What
about you, gentlemen?
I'm out the rest of the week. I can't make it tomorrow or Friday.
Because you're not committed to your craft?
It's the spotlight, right? It's the spotlight.
Chris, you're good for Friday?
Yeah, I'm good for Friday.
All right. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for
coming.
All
right, fellas. Best of luck tonight.
Peace.
Later. All right. Let's talk some baseball. They stuck to their Sixers picks. I gave them an out. I wasn't gonna trash them for it. I was giving them an out. They stuck to it. Prop Beaver, hello, sir. How are you feeling today?
Great. I hate Wednesdays. You know how Garfield hates Mondays? I hate Wednesdays. I hate betting MLB Wednesdays.
Why? We're already up a unit. Cards.
I'm not up a unit.
Well, I gave a pretty compelling argument for a Cardinals bet earlier.
It wasn't that compelling.
Spoiler alert, it was really not that compelling at all.
Yeah.
Toast is with us. What's up, man?
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Yeah, I was going to say, we just were talking about an hour and a half ago. All right, so we got 12 more MLB games to get through. Let's get it started.
We got to get through them.
Yeah, Red Sox plus 120. Guardians minus 140. Toast, you had Cardinals, right?
Yep.
Did you see Mets just hit a 2-run homer?
Yep.
Francisco Lindor.
Yeah, he's starting to heat up a little bit. Finally got off the Schneiden Dodger Stadium. So, yeah.
All of the comments, all of the viewers liked the Mets in that game, and I went under instead. I didn't put it on the ticket. My 2 bets on the ticket were Cardinals, which we got, and I just took Orioles money line. I decided to not listen to you guys on the team total over. I just took money line. So that's what I went. All right. Boston on the road in Cleveland. Cookie Carrasco. Look, I don't know if these splits still apply, but Cookie Carrasco with the Mets was much better at home. I don't want to say he's good at home, but he was much better at home. Not sure if they still apply at Cleveland here at this point in his career. One of you guys likes Criswell. Isn't one of you guys a big Criswell fan? No?
No.
Maybe I'm mistaken.
No.
So, I mean, is O'Neill and Devers still out for the Red Sox?
No. They will both be in the lineup today.
So how do we not take Boston against Cookie?
Yeah, I bet Cleveland. So, yeah.
What? Why?
So, I think that Cookie is much better than Cooper Criswell. We just saw Cooper Criswell against Boston, and it didn't go that well. I understand some of the runs were unearned, but I don't trust this Boston lineup in any way, shape, or form. Devers hasn't done anything. He's been below league average at best. Tyler O'Neill didn't really do anything. Williar Abreu, or however you say his first name, has had a couple home runs lately, but the bottom of that lineup is still really, really bad. And frankly, I'm going to continue to keep betting this Cleveland team because I keep on betting them all the time, and they continue to keep paying me. So they're 8-2 their last 10. I mean, they're 17-6 on the year. Like, I understand that you might think
the Cleveland Guardians are 17-6.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just at a point now where I'm going to keep on betting Cleveland daily until they give me a reason not to. Look, again, like I just said, I'm not really worried about Cookie Carrasco because I'm not afraid of this Boston lineup in any way, shape, or form. And then if you take a look at the bullpens, Clase is not going to be available for Cleveland, but that doesn't even really worry me because Hunter Gaddis has been much better this year for him or for Cleveland. So, and to be honest with you, I actually think that Clase is probably available because he's only at 24 pitches the last 3 days. He's just pitched 3 of the last 4, but it's still under 35. So I don't, regardless, I really don't care. All the arms in the Cleveland bullpen I want are available. And I just don't think that Boston is good. I actually think that we're getting a kind of a discount here. Boston is bad right now.
I should put this on the screen. Toast, do you know that they're tracking? They're tracking the amount of times you say in any way, shape, or form. There's a scout right there.
All right.
I wanted to lean the other way, but 17-6, and Toast said I probably. Let's hear what Robbie thinks.
I don't think anything. I didn't even look at this game. Are you kidding me? Get this bullshit out of my face.
To be fair, I will say I'm kind of just betting Cleveland because I'm betting them on a daily basis. So
yeah, I don't blame you, but yep, absolutely not.
I'll put Boston money line up in front of me here, but if Toast feels strongly about Cleveland, I'm not handicapping MLB enough to confidently put my foot down here. So it'll be Boston.
And just really quickly on Cookie, besides that Boston start, he's been pretty damn good. He doesn't really go deep into games, but if he can give me 4 or 5 innings of 1 or 2 run baseball, I think we win this game.
All right. That's a big if. O'Neal and Devers are back in the lineup. Boston can actually score now.
Yeah, and what has Devers done at all this year? Nothing.
He's been hurt.
Exactly. He's done nothing. He's batting 188.
So he's new.
You could say that, but he's not even getting on base at a 400 clip. Yeah, it's just bad right now.
All right, so we got Phillies on the road in Cincinnati. I tried to warn you guys, and you guys never want to listen to me. Razor sharp Reds look I gave you yesterday. You guys laughed in my face. You called me stupid.
Can I see your ticket?
I didn't bet it.
Did you bet it? Then shut the fuck up.
Got it. Okay. The Reds looked so good with the 5 errors that Philadelphia had. That offense is just
when you put that kind of mental pressure on your opponent, errors happen.
Yeah.
It's called gamesmanship.
Yeah. Put him in an anaconda squeeze.
Probably you like Lodolo to deal here.
I don't. Just another one where it's pretty tough. I think I have to go back to the Phils here. Tough one. This is a tough slate here. I think I'd have to go back to the Phils. I'm getting them at the plus money because everybody and their mother loves Lodolo. I don't blame them, but listen, the Phils are better against lefties. They just simply messed up yesterday. I mean, they had the bases loaded. Most times that happens, they're going to put massive runs on the board. They folded yesterday. I still think we have the better bullpen. I still think we have the better bats. I think Turnbull's pretty good. So, yeah, I'm rolling with the Phils. Am I happy about it? No. But that's what I'd roll with.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna say, on top of the Phillies bats with bases loaded, I mean, the defense put them down too. I mean, the bases loaded for the Reds and the great play by Trey Turner, and then Alex Bohm doesn't catch the ball at first.
So there's still no Bryce Harper, correct?
Correct.
How many days does he need off?
He doesn't. I mean, he's having a child, so usually 2 or 3.
I feel like it's been a week.
It's been 2 games. This is probably the last one he misses.
So Phillies?
It'd be Phillies or pass. I haven't bet this yet. I actually think like the best way to play this is just look at some player props. I didn't have time to send them to Andy, but I think Alec Bohm and Ellie De La Cruz both have really good matchups. Alec Bohm smashes lefties. He's been really good this year. And Ellie De La Cruz has been on another level as well. So I'd look to try to figure out with those ways their hits, runs, and RBIs are both at a decent price. But as far as the side, I don't know. It's Phillies or pass for me. But yeah, like I said, I didn't bet it.
Yeah, Phillies or pass for me too. Yesterday was the red spot. And I feel like everyone's abandoning the Phillies because of that game. I remember yesterday, everyone was saying Phillies. You guys, not just you guys, everyone in the comments, everyone was on Phillies. And I was the only person that was like, I think it's a red spot. And now everyone's saying Reds. Well, actually, the poll's on the Phillies, so maybe I'm full of shit.
You a fucking hero.
It's all the splits that I've seen, it's pretty split. Like, yeah.
Brewers at Pittsburgh.
This game's awesome. I have so much to talk about with this one. We got Bryce Wilson on the mound. We have Fleming. Who are the guys that are the primary pitchers? I forgot.
I was just about to say.
I mean, this game is so pitiful.
Roansy Contreras and Brian Hudson are going to go one-on-one for an inning or two. So there's that as well. So there's lots of storylines to this game.
I have absolutely nothing to say. This is a pure guessing game.
A true marksman can find value in a game like this.
Well, please show us the way, sire. I
didn't get a chance to look, but I mean, I'm sure I could come up with something if I was to look.
Okay. I mean, it would be Brewers or pass for me. I don't
just
really
skip it.
it.
I mean, we could just skip it.
Sorry. I don't have a bet on this.
When you got two primary pitchers and two openers on each side, it's a bit ridiculous.
You need to be a real marksman to find value.
Yeah, I would agree. That's not me right now.
That's it. That's it.
I will say this. Pittsburgh bullpen pretty taxed. Benders went 3 of the last 3 days. Chapman 2 of the last 3 days. Holderman 2 of the last 3 days. 3 of the last 4 for Holderman actually. So 3 of their top 4 arms are pretty taxed right now.
All right. Next game, Dodgers at Nats. Yo, do you guys want to apologize to Corbin?
No, I cashed my Dodgers -1.5.
No, but I mean, you guys said he was going to get shelled.
You can apologize to Prop Beaver and I maybe take a first 5 every once in a while, and you would have cashed a ticket.
I didn't bet the Nats, but I told you guys it was a Corbin spot. You guys don't believe me that I know how to listen.
You didn't bet the Nats, but you got the hat. The name was under your thing. That's betting the Nats. That's you on the Nats. You can't get away from that.
That was me supporting Corbin, is what it was.
Okay, I'll give you that. Sure.
I'm waiting on James Paxton's downfall by the day. I'm counting the hours. How that fuck manages to go out there and allow 55 base runners per start and not allow 5 runs at the very least blows my mind. All right, on to this game.
Would you go? You got to fade Irvin, right? I mean,
so I have 2 plays. One, Nationals team total over 3.5, and then the over 9.5 at plus money. Beaver and I talked about this over. I was already leaning Nats team total over because they haven't been fantastic against right-handed pitching, but they are seeing Jake Irvin for the second time in a row. I do trust, or I'm sorry, London Knack for the second time in a row. So I do trust that the Washington Nationals can get to him or at least push a couple across. And the top 2 arms in the Dodgers bullpen, Phillips and Hudson, both of them looked like shit yesterday, and they had 27 and 32 pitches apiece. So even if they do come in, I'm not really worried about them. So we're going to get the really bad parts of the Dodger bullpen the rest of the game. So I'll take my chances there. And then as far as the Dodgers are concerned, I expect them to score some runs on Jake Irving, who they just saw again as well. This is a replay of the last game. So yeah, I think there's going to be reruns on both sides. I'll take the Nats team total over 3.5 at -130. Yeah, at a nice -130. I just think that's too easy. Not too easy, but I just think it's too good of a price to pass up.
By the way, Henderson just hit a home run for the Orioles. They're up 1-0.
Thank God. I was waiting for some runs.
I got first 5 over 5, so I'm fucked.
No, it's only the 3rd inning, I thought.
Okay.
It's top 3 with no outs. Relax.
I'm getting antsy, okay? Tyler Anderson can't keep getting away with this. I've had enough with these scrubs.
He's had
floating by. I've had enough.
Do you agree with his over here?
Yes, I do. That's the only way I would play this. I feel like it's kind of a nice spot too. The whole world yesterday was on the Dodgers smashing up Corbin. I like them to get the Paxton, and what happens? The whole world, besides one man, one brave soul, fucking Kyle Kirms, he was on the Corbin gem. So that resulted in a 4-1 Dodgers win. And then on top of that, the last time these 2 pitchers faced off, it was a Sunday game, 2-0. So they only scored 2 runs in the first frame, and then the 17 other frames, no runs. So this just, like, from what the books are setting this line at 9.5, this reeks of a game that is going to go over. Do I love the fact that the weather is not even really nice here, and the fact that we're actually getting some bad weather, like some home run negative boosts? No. But the matter of the fact is that Jake Irvin pitched well against the Dodgers the last time you saw him. He pitched well against the Dodgers the previous time you saw him. It's so hard to have sustained success against the Dodgers, to pitch well against them 3 times in a row, and then to nevertheless pitch well against them consecutive times, good in a row, just sounds unfeasible to me. And then Landon Knack, rookie on the road. second career start against the same team, road start. Just too many things working towards an over here. So that's where I would lean, but yeah.
I don't really like it. I mean, I wouldn't go under, but what I meant by that is I'm not going to tell you. I didn't mean like I don't like it. I should have phrased that better. I don't like it. I don't like it enough to tail. That's the way I should have said that.
Yeah.
51% of you guys on the Dodgers.
Do you want to give us another sharp lean?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you one. Just stay tuned, though. I've had 4 or 5 winning MLB days in a row. I'm a baseball god, bro.
Heroic. Your XFIP's in the 6s, bud.
No one's gonna get that reference,
Maybe.
but it was a good one.
Maybe. I think it's.
You may have had 5 winning days in a row, but your XFIP is 630.
Your XFIP is horrible.
I understood it. We all got it.
No, I'm sure there's probably about 15 people in the comments that went.
Right? Like, oh my god, I got it.
Yeah. All right, Tigers on the road in Tampa. Are you just still blindly fading Tampa? I mean, why would you stop? Like,
yeah, I didn't bet the Tigers, but there's no.
Why
chance
not though? Flaherty. I mean, he's looked pretty good. He's looked okay. I don't get you guys.
I mean, he strikes out a lot of guys, yes, but 6 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs against Minnesota, 6 1/3, 6 hits, 3 runs against Minnesota. The first time, 6 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs against Oakland. He looked really good against the White Sox. Touche for that. Again, the Rays are absolutely terrible, so there's no way in hell I'm betting the Rays. I'm just saying, like, I'm just not in love with Jack Flaherty right now. So, but yeah, it'd be Tigers or pass for me.
The reason why I wouldn't be betting the Tigers here, Kyle, is because they're going to have 2 lefties opening. They're going to have a lefty opening the game, and then they're going to have a lefty as the primary pitcher.
You just told me that was 2 days ago where you're like, I don't care about lefties against the Rays. They're that bad. You said that.
I'm talking about the Rays have lefties against the Tigers. The Tigers can't hit lefties for shit.
I thought the Tigers were better against lefties.
Well, not this season, my lordy. They cannot hit a lefty to save their lives, and they haven't seen one in a while. So, no, I have no interest in backing those bats here. I went with Flaherty over 6.5 Ks. Now it's at 5.5 Ks, so that's a bit scary. The problem with that is that when I bet it, Jose Siri was in the lineup. If you don't know, Jose Siri, walking strikeout, has a 46% strikeout rate this year. He's out of the lineup. So the strikeout line went from 6.5 at plus money to 5.5 juiced to minus 120. Personally, I would still take it at 5.5 minus 120. There's still 6 guys in the Rays lineup, even without Siri, with a 25 plus K percentage against righties through the first 5 innings. Flaherty still is rocking a 34% plus K percentage against righties this season. And there's 7 righties in that Tampa Bay lineup as well. On top of that, I forget what the ump's name is in this game, but he's a bit unpredictable. So we could either get a really friendly game or we could get a game where we're getting screwed. But if it's rolling our way, then we could get some really nice calls here. The thing is, these Rays bats are just so bad. I see no way to stop fading them. But the problem is the earned run line for Flaherty's at 2.5 minus 150, and he does allow hard contact. So I think the best way to back Flaherty here is the K's. I mean, it's at 5.5 now. 11 of 15 righties to face the Rays have hit 6 plus Ks against them. And what really stands out to me is the fact that his walk rate, that has been the Achilles heel for me. It's the main reason why I've hated him the past 2 years. He always walks guys at the worst moments. This year, he's got a 3.9% walk rate compared to 13.2 and 10.2 the past 2 seasons. So when he's decreasing that walk rate, he's able to get deeper into games, strike more guys out. I think if he's able to keep that command going, he's going to be very undervalued this season. So I'm going to keep targeting Flaherty early, especially against these cupcake matchups. Does it suck the series out? Absolutely. But I still like the 5.5, and I think he could even hit 7 still. Did I get screwed on CLV? Absolutely. But I'm still riding with it. I believe in you, Flaherty.
Based on what you guys just said, how do you not go here on the under? You're saying, okay, you don't trust the Tigers to get to a lefty. All right, that sounds good to me. I'll trust you. I'll take your word on that. Then 2 words.
Rays bullpen.
So then how do you not like why is there balloons coming?
What
was that? What
the hell was that?
I want to know how you did that. That was a magic trick.
What was that? Wait.
Rays bullpen. Wait.
There was, I don't know, that's happened before where it's like automate. All right. I wish we knew how to trigger those. That would be some funny ass shit if we knew how to trigger those. I'll look into it because someone else did it before where they put up a thumbs up and there was like fireworks around them and we're like, I don't know how it happened, but all right.
Yeah.
So 47% of our viewers said Tigers are the pick. 35% took Rays, 11% under. But then what you're saying doesn't make sense because you're like, oh, I won't take the under because of the Rays bullpen. Okay, then why not take the Never mind.
You want to take it?
Then take the Rays team total under.
Do it.
What was that live bet you said yesterday? Was it the Tigers like
Angels.
plus 3.5 or whatever? Oh,
Angels. Okay. But they won the game. They were never losing, so it didn't come into play. It was based on your guys' bet of the Orioles' first 5 being correct, and it was not.
Yeah, you can get the Tigers. You can get the Tigers team total under 3.5 at plus 110.
Yeah, that Grayson Rodriguez guy didn't show up yesterday.
G-Rod?
Not as bad as Pablo though.
Is that one of Commission's guys, right?
No, G-Rod's my guy.
I don't know. Commission's list. It's going to be my band list. His list of top guys.
Pablo Lopez, bro.
Dude, that dude. I can't. I don't even want to talk about him. No, we're done. We're not giving him any time on this airwave. Nope.
So thanks to Prop Beaver, whenever I see Boyle on the mound for Oakland, my first question is, does the lineup walk a lot? Because this guy just can't hit the strike zone.
Does it matter if they walk a lot?
His walks line is 2.5 juiced minus 190 to the over. Minus 190 to the over. That is insane. So I'll just tell you what I'm doing, right? I'm the guy I like in this matchup is Austin Wells. He's the catcher. He bats 9th or 8th. This is going to sound weird. This dude's excellent at drawing walks. He has a 19% walk rate against righties this year. He's drawn a walk in all 5 of their home games thus far, 8 of 13 games thus far. It's at plus 150. What I'm going to do, though, is... Yep, and what I'm going to do, though, instead of betting it here, I'm going to wait
You're going to bet it live, aren't you, sick bastard?
I'm going to wait until the thing pops up for live plate appearance, and I'm going to bet him then because we're going to get way better odds. So I'm going to wait until this clown comes up to the bat, and I'm going to bet him both times. If it doesn't hit the first time, I'm going to bet it the second time. And instead of putting 0.5 units on that to win, I don't know, like plus 150, I could get like 0.1 units to win like plus 700, plus like 800 or something like that. So that's the way I'm going to go with that.
I don't see how that's possible. If they're,
I'm not good with odds. I'm not an odds calculator. So listen.
Let me break it down for you. If they're saying it's a plus 150 chance he draws a walk in this game, that's through 4 at bats. I mean, is there a way you could bet Wells' first 5 walk? Because that would
first plate appearance.
So there might be, if that's the only way you could do it, maybe that isn't the worst idea in the world. I'm not tailing. I'll tell you that.
Remember last year in Yankee Stadium when we bet Jaron Judge to bet him home run the first plate appearance? Yep.
Mm-hmm. Magical.
Toast, Yanks, right?
Yeah, it's Yanks or pass. I didn't bet them. I'm thinking about laying the 1.5.
Me too.
The issue that I have is the same thing that I said yesterday. They only have these big innings, and then it's nothing. Just like yesterday, 4 innings in the first, looked like everything was awesome. Rizzo hits a home run, everything's going great, and then 8 scoreless or 7 scoreless because they didn't play the bottom of the 9th. But regardless, that's my issue with this Yankees team. So do I think that they should? Because the Yankees, I think, are like top 5 in walk percentage too as well. I think they do a really good job of drawing walks. I could be wrong on that, but either way, yeah, this is a Yankee spot for sure. I do think, especially with Boyle on the mound, they can get to it. It's just a matter of, do you want to pay that price with the run line?
Someone said to your walk prop, bet it 4 times, but I think he's specifically referring to the at-bats against Boyle. So
yeah,
if he bats,
I want the guy who has the 20% walk rate against lefties, not the relievers that are going to come in.
And if he is batting 9th in the order, which he's projected to do, Boyle's only probably going to see him twice. So it's 2 at-bats he's talking about. Yeah. I mean, so, if he sees him a 3rd time, that means Boyle's dealing.
Yeah. So, Kyle, Juan Soto's walk to the first plate appearance is plus 275. That's a guy who has one of the best walk rates in all of baseball.
Yeah.
So I think it's not out of the realm that Wells is like plus 600.
I'm not tailing, but I mean, I get it.
I am.
Wells, baby.
Over a half walk. He just gave that out on the show. Over a half.
Let's go.
The Yankees run line's like minus 115-ish. So
Yeah. I forgot to write that down. I think I will bet that.
It's because when Wellesley walks to first base and he looks at the crowd and he waves to the fans,
he's not going
to
wave
have
to
a
the
tear
fans about
streaming
a
down
walk.
my face. I'm gonna have a tear streaming down my face. Like, yeah, you did it, Wellesley. You did it, Wells.
I don't know if he's going to be that thrilled about a walk.
He's not hitting well, so he should be thrilled he's getting on base somehow.
So we got Marlins, Braves. All right. Lopez pitching for Atlanta. S. Sanchez. Who in the hell is that?
Sixto.
Okay.
But Kyle Tyler is going to be opening for the Fish.
They said Wells to draw a walk plus 480 at first plate appearance right now.
Really? I wonder what book that's on. When I was on DraftKings, I couldn't find that. But okay, thank you for whoever provided those odds. I'll definitely bet that.
Yeah.
So for this one, I mean, in my opinion, it's the Braves' double result or pass. I mean, Sixto Sanchez has absolutely sucked this season, and now we expect him to make, even if it's not a start, a long relief on the road against Atlanta. I mean, I'm not loving it. I'm not even the biggest fan of Reynaldo Lopez. Eventually, he is going to see some regression, but the Marlins lineup is bad right now against righties. What I was saying about the flipping has happened. This team cannot hit righties right now. They were great against them. Now are they hitting rock bottom? I mean, they're scoring about 2, maybe 1 run on the righties they've seen. I believe the last 8 of them have allowed 2 or less runs to them. So it would be a double result or pass to me because I think Sixto will get pieced up. So
Toast, what about a Yankees moneyline, Braves moneyline parlay? Just pair them two together.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I actually bet the Fish in the first 5, but yeah, I don't hate that. Yeah. I don't
bet the Marlins.
Well, the Marlins bullpen is absolutely terrible. And how many times
you like Sixto?
I like the fact that we're gonna probably see 2 or 3 Marlins pitchers in there against Reynaldo Lopez, who I know hasn't given up runs or maybe 1 run since he started throwing as a starter. But I just feel like it's only a matter of time before that happens. And yeah, I get it. I don't expect anybody to tell me here. I really don't. But yeah, I think the Marlins have been also a little bit unlucky. They've had a lot of base runners, and obviously they're bad, so they're not going to hit in the clutch. But sooner or later, they're going to get hits in those situations. So if I can steal something here at a plus 190, I'm going to take my chance here. So like I said, I'll take my chances with 3 different Marlins pitchers, most likely. Yeah, I like it.
Braves, Yankees did it.
You did it, folks.
Why don't you give them odds?
Right in the textbooks.
I thought I put it on the screen. It's minus 104. And I'll type it on the screen too. I just bet this.
The donkey of the day.
The donkey?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
It's a square play. It's a square parlay. That's what it is. You take the 2 heaviest favorites.
Donkey.
What?
You never heard of that?
No.
This guy doesn't know cap.
The donkey of the day.
I literally wrote daily donkey on the bottom of my tickets for almost a year on college basketball.
I must not have been reading them or paying attention.
Clearly.
Prop Beaver's going to make fun of my bet. He just gave out over a half walk.
Yeah, and when Wellesley is walking to the plate, rubbing his tongue.
Yeah, there's going to be tears on your eyes. We heard it.
His face.
We heard it.
Yeah! Wellesley!
Next up.
Beaver's going to be so excited when he takes off his fucking wrist guards and stuff. He's going to be like,
yep. I'm
You
gonna
guys
say
are
yes,
describing
sir,
a
yes,
walk
sir.
like the guy's winning the World Series. Like it's not going to be
And
that.
because to
Beaver,
me,
it
it's like
is.
he is. Yeah.
It's not going to be that magical of a moment, if it even happens.
I think it'll be the best moment of my life.
So Astros at Cubs. Cubs came through full unit. Yeah. Oh no, I had 0.75 units on the Cubs yesterday. Basically, it was just tailing Toast. Thought it was a great play. So yeah, they came through for us. Here we are. I mean, are the Astros just in a fade right now?
yeah. again, no way I can bet the Astros. It sucks. Cody Bellinger, he did leave early yesterday, but he's not going to be in the lineup today. He's got a fractured rib, so he's going to be going on the IL. So that means they're going to be bringing up Pete Crow Armstrong. And that's where I start to fall into the issues with this Cubs team. They're really not a team that I trust hitting right-handed pitching in the first place. And then you look at the bottom of that lineup with Tauchman, Mervis, Amaya, Crow Armstrong. It's just really, really bad. Morel's a guy that's kind of like feast or famine. He's rather going to hit a home run or strike out. So I'm just, when you take Belly out of that lineup, it's just really not the same for me. The weather's really, really bad. The wind's blowing in like absolute crazy. That's why this total's at 6.5 or whatever it is. So yeah, I was trying to get to like Kyle Tucker because he has a really good history or something, but the wind just kind of throw it back. So it's Cubs or pass. I just don't think that you can bet the Astros right now. There's just no way.
It's kind of crazy that this is almost a pick-em. I mean, they're playing so bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's not only that they're playing bad all over. It's not like you can just say, oh, they're hitting bad. Like they don't have any starting pitching, they're not hitting, and their bullpen that they paid all this money to has been horseshit. So it's just bad all across the board.
Prop Beaver, you agree? Cubs or pass?
Yeah, I'd have to fade our spaghetti and back Tyone here. I mean, just can't back man with that type of name. No, honestly, I mean,
it's an Italian name, and I'm pretty sure you're Italian.
I'm a self-hating Italian. We'll get into that another time though. But yeah, the Astros are just at rock bottom right now. This team just doesn't know how to win. They missed Dusty Baker. They missed the gloves. I missed the gloves. So we're riding with the Cubs here.
Yeah, I'll just put Cubs up. I mean, I'm a little confused as why you guys were saying as if it was just a lean. Why wouldn't we bet it?
Because their lineup is just so bad.
Their lineup's pissed, dude. And they've already been stinking it up against righties.
The lineup was fine yesterday, but pissed today because there's no Bellinger.
JP France is a different level of bad. We don't know enough about Spencer Arrighetti.
Oh, my God.
We don't know about Spencer Arrighetti. 2 starts in.
And Belly was in the lineup yesterday.
You guys aren't thinking logically here. If you like the Cubs yesterday, you should.
Former MVP to Pete Crow Armstrong, like the movie star. Like, there's a big difference there. You're taking out your 4-hitter and replacing it with a 9-hole hitter.
You guys just leaving money on the table. I'm betting the Cubs.
Pete Crow Armstrong had similar numbers to Jackson Holliday when he came up last year. Your boy, Kyle.
How's that my boy?
That's your boy. You love Jackson Holliday.
I didn't even know who he was until.
Nah, you love what he's done in the majors thus far, and you're a big fan of him.
Hey, does he still have 0 hits?
No, he got
close to it.
He got one.
Toast goes, no, he got one.
Because I've been betting him unders.
He's been betting Jackson Holliday under hits.
Poor kid.
All right, we got
just going through it.
White Sox plus 165, Twins minus 200, over 6.5, under. This is at 6.5.
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, what the hell here, guys?
You and me both, brother. You and me both.
Can you lay 1.5 in a game with a 6.5 total?
Hey, let me tell you guys something. I can look really smart, but I looked really dumb yesterday backing the Twins on the run line. Holy cow. I do have one play in this game. First 5 over 3.5, minus 105 on Caesars, minus 110 anywhere else, whatever. I don't care. Anytime I'm getting 3.5 in a total at this early in the season, I'm most likely going to take it. Not to mention the fact that both these teams are going to strike out a lot, but at the same time, Joe Ryan hasn't looked good to start the year. Has faced Detroit twice, but he gave up 7 runs in 11 innings, 3 runs to Cleveland. He looked really good against the Royals on his first start. But last year, the White Sox got to him. He had 10 strikeouts, but he still gave up 4 runs. And then Garrett Crochet, again, the Twins, nothing really to speak well of about as far as hitting left-handed pitching, but Garrett Crochet has looked really, really good his first 2 or 3 starts, and then has been absolutely annihilated by the Reds and the Phillies. So I just think 3.5 is just way too small here. So I'll take that over in the first 5.
Rob Beaver.
He doesn't.
No, he has a bet. He has a bet.
Yeah, I went with Joe Ryan over 6.5 Ks. Yeah, honestly, if I'm going to get 6.5 with Joe Ryan at home, I'm going to take it every single time. Just pretty much a numbers play. His last 28 away games, he's 8-20 to the over, averaging 5.6. Last 20 home games, he's 16-4, averaging 7.7. Now he's going to face off against a White Sox team that was pretty good at plate discipline to start the year, but over the last 2 weeks, they're 28th in K percentage. We just recently have seen Turnbull with 6 against them, Wheeler with 8, Nola with 7, Paddock with 10, and even Lopez's scrub ass had 6 yesterday before leaving the game with 76 pitches. I don't know why he left with 76 pitches. Maybe because his manager was frustrated with him. Maybe because of injury. Who knows? But if he had pitched his normal allotment, he would have likely recorded 7 Ks, making it 5 straight to hit 7 Ks against them and to hit their own over. So what I especially like here is the fact that Joe Ryan's main 2 put-away pitches are a splitter and a sweeper. The Sox have seen the 4th fewest of those 2 pitches from righties thus far and own the 3rd highest K percentage against them. So they're not familiar with the pitches. When they have seen them, they struck out at a high rate against them. And the outs line have implied that he's going deep into this one. 18.5 outs is his line. He's 14-3 to the over at home with 18+ outs going back to 2022, averaging 8 Ks per game. And on top of that, what is the cherry on top for me is that Laz Diaz is going to be the home plate ump for this game. That dude is horrendous. He likes to call a strike out of the zone or 2. So I will be betting my over here.
Joe Ryan
I wasn't going to say he wasn't going to bet. I was going to say he needs to collect himself before he has another conniption fit on this Twins team because, yeah, what happened yesterday with the Twins was absolutely awful. It was ridiculous.
Let's move on to the next one. Blue Jays Royals.
Lopez could go to hell.
I was waiting. I thought you for sure you were going to say something, but I was proud of you for just talking about your bet.
No, he's a piece of shit.
I hope
unless
he watches this.
If he's not hurt, he's an asshole. I hope he knows that.
Because he's struggling? It makes him an
against
asshole?
the White Sox? Yeah, dude, you're a dick.
You're a dick.
I think both pitchers are going to have a lot of strikeouts in that game. I might do a little SGP.
That's usually a pretty good strategy. You get like a nice boost in the odds compared to when you do it with like pitchers not in the same game.
Royals came through yesterday, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I didn't put them on my ticket. I liked them too. I got left them off in the last second.
Same.
Marsh came through in a huge way for me in his last start. I believe it was against Baltimore. I had Royals first 5 and they were up 1-0. He dealt. I'm not mad at trusting Marsh again if that's where you guys want to go here. Unless Kansas City used their bullpen up.
Kansas City did use their arms in the bullpen, but I'm almost positive, they're still available. I mean, everybody went yesterday, but they hadn't went the previous 2 or 3 days before that, so they should be fine. Unless I'm missing something, unless I forgot something.
No, they should be good. Okay,
yeah. So, I played under 9. It's at 8.5 now. First and foremost, Alec Marsh. I actually do trust him. I know that he looked kind of bad against the Mets, but he's had 2 solid starts against Baltimore. I just don't really trust the fact that I don't trust this Toronto team to save my life. I understand that they've been winning their games. They're 7-3 their last 10. I don't trust it in any way, shape, or form. If Dalton Varsho is going to carry your offense, then so be it. But I just don't see that thing lasting in any way, shape, or form. But I do like the fact that Yariel Rodriguez is on the mound. He's been really fantastic in his first 2 starts, albeit the Padres and Rockies, 2 offenses that really are terrible at times. But I will say that he's been really good. He's only going to go 4 or 5 innings. But on top of that, Toronto has all their bullpen arms rested and ready to go. Nobody worked yesterday, so everybody's going to be good to go. I think it's going to be – you'll see everybody from Cabrera to Swanson to Romano to Garcia. I think Toronto's going to try to stack up wins here, so we're going to see all those guys. I think it's going to be really hard to get runs here today. So I think there's a reason it went from 9 to 8.5. So, I'm on the under.
Under. Prop Beaver? You're muted.
I'm on the Jays' first 3 team total over 1.5 at plus 125. So I stumbled into a very weird system here with these Blue Jays. Now, hear me out. So this is cashed their last 10 to 12 games against a starting right-handed pitcher. Since April 8th.
Hold on, what's the bet? I don't have a graphic. Can I get it up on the screen before you do this?
First 3 team total over 1.5 plus 125.
Okay, go on.
Let's hear the system. I'm going to write this down.
So this is cash the last 10 to 12 games for Toronto against a righty starter. Since April 8th, they're 4th in WRC+, 8th in OBP against righties. And if you isolate it to the first 3 innings during that span, for some strange reason, they're 1st in WRC+, 1st in ISO, and 2nd in OBP. You isolate that to the 4th to 9th inning, they're 18th, 29th, and 18th. Now it gets weirder, because if you look at their last 14 games, the Jays have combined for 20 runs in the 4th to 9th innings. But if you look at just the first 3 innings, they've combined for 37 runs. So that's nearly double the amount of runs in about half the amount of innings, and it's all coming in the first 3 frames of the game. On top of that, if you look at Alec Marsh, he's gotten worse each time through the order thus far. His ERA is at 4.32 the first time. It goes to 2.89 the second time. His WOBA is 100 points better the second time through the order compared to the first. And that trend even goes back to last year. Sure, he had 2 great starts against the Orioles, but what have we said about Alec Marsh thus far? He's been excellent against lefties. The Orioles are a very lefty-heavy lineup. When we saw him face the Mets and the White Sox, who are a bit more balanced, he posted a 6.52 ERA, 1.55 whip. Now he's going to face the Jays lineup that has 7 righties in it daily, including some of their best bats. Marsh has a 4.05 WOBA, 2.3 home run per 9, and a 1.75 whip against righties thus far. I think at a system that just continues to cash like this, you got to hop on it here against Marsh, who I simply don't trust. I don't think he's that good. And against righties, I think he's due for some regression here.
Mets are now up 5-0.
Damn.
If I was to bet this one, I would go Toronto. As much as Marsh came through for me, they are red hot, and Toast refuses to admit it.
Admit what?
That Toronto's red hot. You're like, but they're not that good. Like, they're playing well.
I said they're playing well.
Yeah, but you didn't it's like you didn't believe it. So
I don't. They've beaten the Yankees, who have been terrible, the Rockies, the Padres, and the Royals. Bad teams.
Okay, so if you look at the line movement here, this morning at 8 a.m., Kansas City was plus 101, now all the way at plus 114. Line moving heavily towards Toronto. I think I might play the Blue Jays here. I'm adding it to my list. Coming off the loss yesterday, they saw all the main Royals arms, so even if they are trailing in the game, I have confidence they could score some runs late and get back in it. So, yeah, I'm going to take Toronto. All right. Where the heck?
And yes, Kyle, the Yankees started off well, but they've been playing like shit.
Hold on one sec. There we go. My template got screwed up. There we go. All right, so community is dead even, but they like the Blue Jays. 2 games remaining. We're on Seattle, Texas. Seattle, huge hit last night for us. We were all on Seattle. Toast home run. Someone asked for a home run pick from you, Toast. I don't know if you have one.
No, I don't.
That's a Tuesday special.
Yeah, I sorry, I wasn't trying. I was reading something else. The only reason I just look at home runs for Dinger Tuesday. I don't really ever bet them unless it's on something like that for a promotion or something like that. Yeah, so it's not something I look at on a daily basis.
All right, so Mariners, Rangers. What are you thinking? Did the Mariners use their bullpen arms? They had a good lead.
They did. I know Munoz went yesterday. Stanek went yesterday.
And they still don't have Brash. Sorry. Yeah, I think this might be a spot to go to the Rangers, right?
I'm on Seattle. So
really?
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I still think that Munoz is available. I mean, he's only thrown 22 pitches over the last 3 days. Stanek's only thrown 15 pitches the last 2 to 3 days. Spears thrown less than 24 the last 3 days. I'm really not worried about the Seattle bullpen situation in any way, shape, or form. Tally that up. And then as far as Bryce Miller goes, I think that we're getting a huge discount here because he has terrible history against the Rangers. I mean, he has 2 starts against them, both on the road like this one, 6 2/3 innings, 13 runs, 14 hits. He's been absolutely clobbered by this Rangers team. So luckily it's not the same red hot Rangers team as they were going into the end of last season. And I actually think that this Mariners lineup is quietly heating up. And John Gray has been very good. But at the same time, he's kind of been hit or miss with Seattle. His last couple starts against them, very good. But in 2022, the Mariners got to him a lot, so they have a lot of history with Gray. I think they know how to approach this game. I think that we have a bullpen in the advantage in the bullpens as well. So yeah, I'm on Seattle at the plus money.
I disagree. I would be on the other side. I don't know if I'm going to bet it. I want to see what Prop Beaver thinks.
I don't know. This is such a toss-up. Honestly, I think I'd have to lean Seattle here, and just agree with Toast in terms of the discount, because if you want to say, like the bullpen for the Mariners, the Rangers used more guys out of the bullpen yesterday than friggin' Seattle did. They used Latz, they used Urania, they used Leclerc, they used Wynn. All they have is Yates and Robertson. Like, I don't know if Pruitt is a high leverage guy these days. I would hope not, because he's got a 12.46 ERA. He's terrible. So they don't really have any.
Let me just add that a big reason for my bet on Seattle yesterday was Logan Gilbert making a road start. I like Logan Gilbert. That's gone. I don't like Bryce Miller like that.
Bryce Miller's your stud, so maybe you should start like Bryce Miller like that. Go peep those last 3 starts. But anyways,
sweet. So is oh damn, what's his name?
Yeah, that's a good joke.
It wasn't a joke. I wasn't
punchline anytime soon.
It wasn't even a joke. It was Tyler Alexander, not Tyler Alexander. Tyler Anderson. So is Tyler Anderson a stud as well?
I'm so lost to how we even got to that
look
point.
At his last 3 starts. He's a stud. Tyler Anderson is great in his last 3 starts.
Yeah, but Miller's starts are legit because he's a legitimate stud. No, he's not. I'm not going to get into this. If you don't know bull, you don't know bull. I don't know what to. I can't explain it to you. Okay. We're getting a nice buy low here because of the bad history of Miller last year. This Rangers lineup stinks right now. 0 off of Gilbert, 2 off of Charlie Morton, 2 off of Casey Mize, 1 off of Reese Olson, 2 off of Christian Javier, 2 off of Ronel Blanco, stank ass. This team is stinky right now, okay? Stinky Rangers. We got the Mariners who are rolling. I think I'd have to go with the Mariners here and just hope that, when the bullpen comes to play, we still have the edge, even with some of the guys going yesterday.
I just also want to point out, and I'm not like, I could care less what Kyle's bets or anything. I have a full unit on the Mariners, and I haven't really been making a lot of full unit plays. So I truly believe that Bryce Miller has this game circled, and we're going to see the best of Bryce Miller. So.
Next.
Last 3 starts. Yeah, been really pretty good. 19 innings, 1 run, 20 strikeouts. Pretty good.
Sweet. Put your mortgage on it.
Did you bet Texas? Or was that just another
I put it on my list.
Okay.
Just another sweet maybe. Add it to the sweet maybe list.
You didn't even bet the Mariners.
Just add it to the sweet maybe list. They call him Mr. Maybe.
All right, we're on to the next game now.
Okay, very cool. Thank you.
We don't even know who's pitching for Colorado, do we?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is the last game.
Yeah. So we skip
it.
We don't know who's pitching for Colorado, right? So we're skipping it.
Yeah, it's tough to cap a game when you don't know who's pitching.
Well, you don't know who's pitching, and their major bullpen, their top 2 bullpen arms, if you want to call them top 2, have worked 2 of the last 3 days. Beeks has went. Yeah, they don't even have anybody to pitch in the bullpen, to be honest with you. So yeah.
All right. Let's end the poll then. Everyone pick Padres. Let's do a community parlay and let's call it.
Really quickly, if people are asking, well, if the bullpen situation and all that stuff's so bad, why not bet the Padres? Because Waldron's a knuckleball guy, and I don't really know what to expect with that knuckleball in Coors Field. Like, I don't think.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I feel like it could be a bit more volatile there.
Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, it's just that's a really hard one to figure out.
I feel like he could have a bit less movement, which could hurt him.
Based on what?
From what I've seen, like a reason why you bet people's K unders the first time they go to Coors is because in terms of the elevation, there's something with the way the pitch moves. Like there's a difference in that, and that usually affects their K totals. I don't know why. How about you stop being a prick? How about that?
It sounds like a little bullshit.
Fucking.
I don't think his knuckleball is gonna have much movement.
Nah, I mean truly get hit by a bus.
Did you just say dickwad?
Yeah, I did.
I haven't think I ever heard that in a long time. Hell yeah.
Yo, people are trashing my maybe list thanks to you guys. Man, I'm up 10 units on the year. My maybe list is cleaning up.
Mr. Maybe.
I bet you all want a glimpse at this maybe list bad. I'm not even putting it on the screen.
Nobody wants to see that shit.
I see every time I flash it up, so these two guys can see my screen while we're broadcasting. Every time I flash up the maybe list, notice both of them like trying to sneak a peek at it.
I actually turned my computer off for a glimpse.
They're trying to sneak a peek at the list.
Oh man.
Cleveland money line is the first leg of the community parlay, by the way.
Needed a good laugh.
You guys making fun of my maybe list today. You got the whole comments making fun of my maybe list too.
It's a sad list. Oh, well, maybe this, maybe that. Maybe him, maybe her.
I'll think of a cooler name because maybe list is definitely a weak name. I think I would make fun of me too for calling it that. So I think it's the name. Tigers money line, Yankees money line, Braves money line. Astros, Cubs, they definitely voted Cubs. All right. Cast your votes on the second leg. Someone said the might hit list. No. Give me lists. I know Ski calls it a short list, but I don't like that.
Good morning.
Someone said, Toast, you're too old to be scared betting. And I agree.
I bet the Marlins today, guys. I ain't scared.
Stupid, but not scared.
Here, have my pen. Sign your name.
No, okay. So hold on. Someone said might happen, but probably won't hit list. It's not maybe on whether or not the bet's going to win. It's maybe. Hold on. What the maybe list is because I think people this is getting construed. So
yeah, this is getting out of hand. I apologize. It wasn't supposed to be like this.
So I don't handicap MLB yet. I am just the host of this show. But I post the ticket on the website because the people want to know what I'm betting. But my bets are based on what these guys say. So I'm making my ticket. And when I say maybe list, I'm writing down a bet I might like. And then as soon as the show's over, I look at my list, my list, and I pick which bets I actually want to play. I'm never calling it the maybe list again. I'm insecure about it now.
Oh man,
guys are a bunch of assholes.
It went way farther than I ever thought it would.
They're like, Kyle, you should call it the you suck list. All right, Twins money line. Blue Jays, Royals. I think they might have liked the Royals there. Do you guys remember that by any chance? Community, who'd you bet in that one? I'll move on to the next one.
Hey, community, who'd you bet?
Hey, yo. I'm going to say Blue Jays.
I'm not afraid.
So let me know the date. We're meeting in Vegas. Well, if for 100,000 subscribers, I'm doing something. Maybe we could do Vegas or Atlantic City or something.
We're going to the local Stop and Shop, aren't we?
You might be.
Not that day.
Let's go Mets, baby. Hell yeah. And people got paid with the pitching. Oh, love it. Love it. Love it.
Oh, wow. The Orioles remembered how to score again. Holy shit. 2 runs. Wow.
Sweet.
Wow.
Twins money line. The Twins are in the community parlay. That's just. Ugh.
That's what we call modern day tragedy.
I really wanted to bet the White Sox today.
So it's Dodgers money line, Braves money line, and Blue Jays money line. Those are the 3 second place finishers. All right, everyone cast your vote. Final leg of the community parlay. What do you like, community? Cast them.
If Pablo Lopez is tied up on the train track, Toast, do you walk past him?
Probably tie the knot tighter.
Make sure he can't get out. Man, Pablo Lopez, if you ever watch this show, this is just don't.
We're a satire show.
We're we're bad gamblers. It is what it is. It's just never. You don't want to take a gambler's word for it.
Braves money line. Yeah, so Commish listening to the Pablo Lopez slanders. Proppy were saying that they in their group chat they were talking shit about Pablo Lopez, and Commish read it and didn't respond. I thought that was awesome.
I think it was at baseball, but it was funny. He was just looking at it.
What's the odds on that?
He was just looking at it. Plus 410.
Plus 410. So community parlay. Guardians money line, Yankees money line, Twins money line, Braves money line plus 410. That's what the community went with tonight. And Proppy, did you do an underdog?
Yes, I did. I sent it to you.
All right.
I had my assistant send it to you.
Your assistant sent it, Andy?
Yeah, Deb.
You brought her back?
Yeah. Well, I mean, after she stole from the office, I had to give her a reprimand.
You're a nice guy.
I was surprised you brought her back after the incident.
Yeah, well, I mean, after what she called my mom and after what she stole, we had to have a talking, but now she's back, yeah. I'm really happy. She's great for the culture around the office.
Read your thing, bro.
Okay, so we have Jack Flaherty over 5.5 Ks. As I expressed, we got a discount here because Siri's out. I'm fine with it. I think Flaherty still deals. I'm going Alec Marsh over 2.5 earned runs. I am not a Marsh believer. I like what the Blue Jay bats are doing lately. They're righty heavy. I think they could get to him. And then I went with higher on Joe Ryan fantasy points. I'm hoping he could do what Pablo Lopez failed to do yesterday, pitch well against the worst lineup in baseball.
All right.
Those are 3 plays.
Thank you for that underdog pick'em. And if you don't have an underdog fantasy account, it's available in any state highlighted in this map. So if you're in one of the states highlighted in yellow, head over to Underdog Fantasy, the website, or download the app. When you make your account, make sure you use the promo code BET, B-E-T. That'll get you a $100 deposit bonus match. So if you deposit $100 and use the promo code BET, they will give you a free $100 to play with. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Let me look at tomorrow's schedule.
It's day games.
Yeah, so tomorrow what we'll do is the same. All the baseball will be daytime tomorrow. So we'll do 11:30 a.m. and we'll go through all the baseball games. And then what we'll do is we'll come back at 4 p.m., but you won't see these guys. It'll be me. I'll have System Plays, and I think I have Ian coming back on for NHL. And then tomorrow is forget who's coming on for NBA. It might be ChrisBeCappin and Modi. I have to check. I forget. So it basically, I'm rambling. MLB in the morning, 11:30 a.m. NBA and NHL in the evening at 4 p.m. Thanks, everyone, for watching. As always, I'll post the picks from the maybe list on the website right at
sad list.
I'll think of a cool name for it. So I'll post the picks from my list that made the cut onto the website right now. Thanks, everyone. Bet responsibly.
Maybe.